Hey everybody, thought I'd give you a bit of an update. As you can see, did a review on the Sonic Encyclopedia, Sonic Comic Encyclopedia. For some of you that don't know, this came out basically on the second to last day in October. And as I said before, I'll actually provide a link to that video or response to that video here. But this is basically, got all the information you need on just about anything Sonic related in the comics, and yes, even Sega-wise. A lot of people I've heard talking about this, they look at the pictures, they look at video, and they say, why are there certain characters in there that have not been used yet officially in the comic, but yet they're being, talked about and given information about? Well, the thing is, this just isn't a project that Ian Flynn and Paul Kaminsky and Vincent Lavlo did. It was also a joint production, believe it or not, of Archie and Sega. That's why you have let's say for example, the super forms of Blaze and Silver shown in here. And basically, with the super forms, for example, they show when they occurred, but with Silver and Blaze's super forms, it's not available. Basically, like when the super form first appeared in the comic, they don't say exactly when Silver and Blaze went super form, which can only mean that's from the games. We have to see that. Again, they give you about a 30-page, like I mentioned in the other video, they give you a 30-page spread or 30-page worth of Mobius timeline, like from when Mobius first began to currently. And again, talking about characters that are not in there, you got, for example, you have Mephiles, who made a cameo in the Scourge story arc in Sonic Universe. But you also have characters like Solas, or Solus, if you will, Solas, whatever he's called. And trying to find them here. You got Dr. Eggman Nega in there, so... Oh, here we go, they're right at the end. Iblis, Mephiles, and Solas, or Solus, or Solas, or whatever you call them. And a lot of people wonder why are they shown but they're not used, except for Mephiles' cameo in the Scourge arc. And again, it all goes back to the fact that this is not just something produced directly by Archie. This is also done in association with Sega. Sega basically said, okay, go ahead, do it, but if you're going to do it, basically Sega gave the okay on it, but it was basically like, okay, you can go ahead and do it, but we want you to put some information about characters that, even though you haven't used them yet, we want information of them in here. That's how the whole thing worked. So, and again, they talk about a lot. I mean, they talk about, let's see, they got Trash the Devil's got an article to himself. The Mobius Underworld being in Bark, the Dingo Regime, the Nocturus clan from the Brotherhood, the Chronicles. The Daughters of Eggman have their own section on page 80. So again, like I said in the other video, it just gives you a lot of information. gives you a list of all the mechasonics that have been used throughout the years. And then of course you go on the next page, it shows you all the metal series with the exception of Sally and Mecha Knuckles. They should just show the ones that are metal, not mechas. You know what I'm saying? But they show them there, and you know, of course, they do talk about the classics right there, as well as the Super Sonics, the Super Special Sonic Search and Smash Squad. You know, I mean, they give information on a lot of stuff, and like I said, even stuff that you might say to yourself, well, why would they do it? Why would they put those in if they haven't been used? And honestly, again, it's all about a joint production between Sega and Archie doing this. And there you got the Secret Freedom Fighters getting a section. You know, again, it's all about, you know, them joining together to do this. Heck, even Team Freedom and Team Fighters get a section to themselves. So that kind of shows you how current it is. I mean, Hope gets a section too. Hope gets a section right there. Rouge and Shadow get those sections. Team Dark all together get a section. The Neo Walkers. The Hitchhog family gets a section. The Prower family. You know, Dr. Quack and his family get a section. Can you believe that? You know, Council of Acorn, you know, the Chaotic. I've mentioned this before. They all get sections. Certain characters get their own sections. Certain characters share sections. Like Hershey, for example. Everybody wants to know if she's got her own section. No, she doesn't. Hershey is mentioned only in the Jeffrey St. John section, which he gets, as well as you know, as well as in the Secret Service section. Knuckles and Julie Sue get sections as well. So again, it's basically chock full of a lot of stuff. And like I mentioned before, the Mobius Years Later gets about 5 pages worth towards the end. So it's definitely worth picking up if you ever get it. I got this for about $10.13 off Amazon.com, my Prime account. So you might want to check into that too. But it's definitely worth getting and reading and looking over. But again, it's all about, but again, just to let people know, the reason you see certain sections in there of characters and places that have not yet officially debuted in the comics is because this is a joint effort, joint production of both Archie and Sega. It's like I said, Sega was like, okay, you could do it, but on the condition you put some of our stuff in there. Even if it's people or characters or places that have not been used yet. So, again, you know, you got all this stuff in there, which is pretty cool. And like I said, they talk about Jeffrey St. John as well. Robotnik's family, the Eggman Empire. And like I said, they got Jeffrey St. John right there. They even give the Sandblast Freedom Fighters own section, as well as the 40 Phantom Freedom Fighters and Down Under. So everybody basically gets a section, whether it's together or individually. I mean, Remington even got a section, if you can believe that. Yeah, Remington even got a section, if you could believe that. But again, this is just chock full of information, and that's basically all I'm going to say on this updated review of the Sonic Comic Encyclopedia. And also to let you know, again, more so, that the reason, for those watching, the reason you have certain characters and places depicted in here and talked about in here, even if it's a short section, even if it's one section, one page, it's because it's a joint effort in production of both Archie Comics and Sega. That's why you see it. So, that's all I'm going to say for this updated review. Let me know what you think down below. Video responses are greatly appreciated. Comments are greatly appreciated. Tell me what you guys think about the encyclopedia, and I'll talk to y'all later.